Bennifer is back. Brad and Jen are friends again. And Paris Hilton is somehow still making headlines. 20 years later, we're living in the world that the 2000s tabloids created. On this series, I'm going to tell you the story of a decade of American life through the trash we love to consume. From Spotify and the Ringer Podcast Network, I'm Claire Malone, and this is Just Like Us, the tabloids that changed America. Listen on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
This episode is brought to you by Visible. Maybe you've already let your New Year's resolution slip. We all have, but you can still make a 2 year's resolution with Visible. Right now, you can get a one-line wireless plan from Visible for just $20 per month for 24 months. 24 months is basically 4 Bachelor seasons. That could be 4 engagements, 4 broken engagements, so many other couples we didn't see coming. It's really an eternity in Bachelor Nation. And that's unlimited 5G data powered by Verizon with no annual contracts. Switch now at Visible.com and use the code VISIBLE24. Don't miss out. Offer ends January 31st. New members only. Promotional rate with service on the Visible plan. For additional terms and network management practices, see Visible.com. This episode is brought to you by eBay Authenticity Guarantee. eBay knows that when it comes to jewelry, authenticity is the real gem. When you see the blue check mark that says Authenticity Guarantee, it means your next piece will be carefully inspired by jewelry experts and will always be worth its weight in gold. Whether you're looking to make a statement or build the perfect everyday look, eBay is making sure you get the real deal. With eBay Authenticity Guarantee, you can trust that jaw-dropping piece will always arrive jaw-droppingly real. Ensure your next purchase is the real deal. Visit ebay.com for terms. Welcome to Bachelor Party. I'm Juliet Litman. I just opened a Perrier. Perhaps you heard it. I'm joined today by Callie Curry. Hi, Callie.
Hello.
We missed you on Monday, so obviously had to get your thoughts on this great episode.
You know, after I watched the episode, I was really pissed that I wasn't recording with you.
I know. It was like genuinely shocking. I can't remember the last time I was so surprised by this show, but since I watched, I've had some new thoughts, but I'm just curious, like, when Clayton sent Sarah home, what did you think? Like, what was your first reaction?
I mean, we talked about this a little bit. I don't think she's as crazy as everyone else did.
What do you mean by that?
Like, I feel like everyone was like, wow, she's nuts. She needs to go. Okay.
Yes, I felt that way.
The fake crying, that was a lot.
That was incredible. The fact that she couldn't pull it off and he called her out on it, definitely made me like him a lot more.
The fact that he called her out on it, I'm not surprised that she couldn't come up with tears. Like, there's been so many times where girls are like, and like, you're like, there's no tears. Like, how does this person not see this?
Yeah, like she made the sounds, but that was it.
Even men sometimes will like get a little like teary, but there's not tears falling. And I'm like, he's not crying. He's trying to cry.
Yeah, it's an attempt, but it's not working.
But no one ever calls him out. Like Clayton fully was like, you're not producing tears.
I think maybe one of the reasons why he's so bad at conflict is because he can only be direct. Like he can only say
what's actually happening. Lying,
yeah. Or leave the situation. There's nothing in between for him.
I did think the whole moment was great. I thoroughly enjoyed that moment. And Seth, who does not watch the season, was in the bathroom because I was watching it like, I don't even know what I was doing, washing my face or something. And he was laughing.
So even he was entertained.
Yeah, I feel like he was just like, that's so uncomfortable for her.
Yeah.
And then for her to be like, I just have no tears left. I was like, oh God, like that's definitely not the route to go.
As I said to Roger on Monday, that's an Ariana Grande song. So she did.
Yeah.
No tears left to cry. Great song.
But wait, I didn't think that she was actually crazy. Like, sure, was she overconfident? And we clearly didn't see whatever it was that got everyone so upset.
But what makes her different than like Shanae? When she like, do you think she really like Clayton? I think that's the question is was she actually interested or was she just trying to go far? Because the fake crying and the way she was talking, she like switched into this competitive mode that we hadn't seen from her before.
But I feel like, okay, one, the editing definitely went to competitive mode for sure. Yes. But like they're all in that same mode And I'm sorry, if I was on, like, she was totally fine, right? We didn't see any red flags from her until she came home from the date where Clayton was like, yeah, she said you're too young. And he didn't tell her who it was. If I came home from that date and I was told that, I'd probably be like, fuck these bitches too. Like, I'm going to come back and be like, you guys tried, but now we're great and we're probably going to win. So you guys can all go home. Like, I feel like I would have this, maybe not as severe. I definitely wouldn't fake cry. Like, if he told me that, I would have just been like, I am so tired of this. Like, am I confident in our relationship? Yes. Does that bother some of the women? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not worried about them. That's how I would have reacted.
What I found to be like the nuttiest thing that she did was when she was like, I love therapy. I'm so excited for this date. I love therapy. Like, I too think there's a lot of value in therapy, not on a television show, but like just to be so excited about it, like something, it's like something she could excel at, was very strange.
Also, even if you find the value in therapy, who is excited about it?
No. If you take it seriously, it's like a pretty intense process. It's not like, although I don't know, maybe you want to like share something that happened. It's an odd way to frame the experience.
But excited, like, it's just a weird thing. Also, you can't be like good at it. There's not like you can be more open, I guess. But I mean, I just have never heard even something. And also the only other time I could see someone being, if there's something like dramatic happening in your life that you feel like, oh my God, really need a therapy session. But you're not, I've just never heard someone say, I cannot wait to go to therapy. I'm so excited and I'm so good at it. They're going to be blown away.
It's a pretty bizarre response. One thing that I saw someone point out online is that like Clayton is too swayed by the other women, which I do think is a good point. Like, would he have been able to detect her fake tears if the other women hadn't pointed it out? But also, we don't know the order in which things happened.
Yeah, I do think he would have detected the fake tears just because there was no tears. Mm-hmm. But I don't think they would have even had that conversation.
He probably wouldn't have had the strength to be like, this isn't for me, if he didn't know the other women were against it. He seems like against her. It seems like a real, like, he's a man of consensus. He wants to know what everyone else is interested before making a move on his own.
I do think, I mean, he talked to every single woman about her. I do think that Clayton, his ideal situation is zero drama.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
If anyone's causing drama, he's like, probably not for me.
You just got to go. I'm out on you.
The only thing is, like, if all the women knew Rachel was in the lead and were like, Rachel's so confident, like, are you just going to send Rachel home?
I think that Rachel seems to have befriended everyone. Like, it seems like she's really
No. I know. I'm just saying that, like, if she were the one to do it, like, you can't just send someone home because they're doing well.
I feel like maybe he would, though. I don't know if someone made a compelling case against Rachel, I think he would fall for it. He doesn't seem like I don't know. He does really like her, but
in a competition, women are going to shit on the person that's in first place, right?
I'm not sure he gets that. Like, I can't be sure he's aware of that.
Yeah. You would think as an athlete.
As an athlete, what do you mean? Oh, like the competitive.
Yeah, that he would be like, well, obviously you're not going to like her because I'm going to pick her.
Well,
do you know what I mean? Like, you would think he would get it, but
he continued to say this week, I love what I'm seeing out of you. Like, he kept going hard.
I got some DMs and tweets about his coach talk was going hard this week.
It really was.
Wait, speaking of.
Yes.
I have warmed up to the hoodie blazer with Clayton.
Okay.
I think some people can pull it off.
Okay.
The quarter zip in a blazer was, I mean,
it was rough. Didn't look good.
Who the fuck would put that on him?
He must be like very uncomfortable in a lot of looks because he just, I mean, you know, I think with men, there's less you can wear. There's like fewer ways in which you can like
dress up,
flaunt your fashion, unless you are like really fashionable, like PJ Tucker or something like that. But that's like Otherwise, I just don't think there's that many ways for you to go. But Clayton must like really only feel good in a certain style. But yeah, I mean, that's like some real assistant coach in like a mid-major conference style.
I've never seen a quarter zip with a blazer.
Maybe he was cold. They ran out of clothes. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It looked really bad. It also was like, oh, I just left playing 18 holes and I'm late to dinner. Here's my appearance or something like that. Or like you go to a place that has like a dress code and you have to put on a blazer, but you're wearing a quarter zip.
That seems more accurate. Because like even 18 holes, you have to have a collar. Like you can't even wear a quarter zip to golf.
You can't?
No, I mean most places you have to have a collar.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I bet Clayton does play golf though. He seems like a golf man to me.
I think he's too swollen to be a good golfer.
He is too swole.
Like I can't imagine his arms like wrapping around.
Interesting. Do golfers avoid doing like arm sets for that reason?
No. Have you seen what's his name? Bryson?
Yeah.
He's
DeChambeau.
He's enormous. But Clayton just doesn't seem like he has
He can model his game after him. Anyway, the quarter zip was really bad. Clayton's clothes don't really seem to register with me. He just sort of like always looks the same. Like sometimes I notice a different suit, but
the quarter zip was atrocious.
I guess I don't know. I have to be honest. I didn't even notice. Like I don't think I care enough about him to really like scrutinize his looks. Like I like him. He's like a good vessel for what we're trying to accomplish here, which is like a entertaining TV show. But other than that, like I just don't have a lot of interest in him, so I don't really like notice, which is maybe my fault. Maybe I should be paying more attention as a Bachelor professional.
I don't know if I like Clayton, but I just think I enjoy this season so much because it's just so relaxing.
It is.
Like there isn't.
It's a great way of putting it.
There's no like mess that makes me uncomfortable or cringe. Or I mean, good cringe, not bad cringe. No stressful. Like I'm just relaxing, enjoying the season, which makes me like Clayton because he's leading this.
Yeah, it's true. I definitely agree with that. He also like his mistakes are funny. They're not like anything to be angry about. So I'm like, this is cool. I'm down.
Yeah, I'm just. The editing seems to have taken a more fun light this season.
I've seen some online chatter about some of the anti-Asian sentiment, like just the way that Sarah's portrayed. And then Marlena issued an apology because she made a TikTok about Sarah that was using Asian stereotypes. So I do think there's like some less obvious but still pretty trenchant racism. So I do think it's important to notice that, or to note it. But I agree with you overall. This is like much less fraught than it has been, which is not to excuse any of that, but it just feels less complicated moment to moment.
Yeah.
So
I did not know Marlena did that. It's not great.
It's a real bummer. You know, it's also funny that you mentioned it's like an easier to watch season. And one of the reasons I noticed that for myself is like I haven't really been checking out Bachelor Reddit. Like I'm not really curious like what people are saying. I'm just sort of like, let's just go with this show. And I was like catching up with it the other day and I was like, yep, I'm good. I'm just going to keep watching.
I do like Bachelor Reddit for like, I feel like they're like little detectives.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you get like some really good notes.
Yeah, absolutely. Like for example, are you aware that Marissa and Riley broke up?
Yeah. Very sad.
I know. Apparently Deandra has been like really repping in like a kind of the covert way for Marissa. And like I appreciated Bachelor Reddit pointing out to me how she was like tweeting things that imply that Riley's the reason for the breakup, which can't say surprises me.
I think it does surprise me.
It does?
Yeah.
These Bachelor in Paradise couples, I think they get swept away in the moment. And some of them can work, obviously, but
Serena and Joe still going strong.
Who? Serena and Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I checked the other day.
Piper and Brendan really going strong. However, I noticed that they're basically always alone. Like when they're together, they're never with other people. So they might be like a couple in isolation.
Based off of Instagram.
Yes, based off of Instagram.
I mean,
that's correct.
Yeah, maybe they just don't like taking pictures with like a group of people.
But like, it seems like they went on like a couples retreat too. Just the two of them to like Joshua Tree. I don't know. He's basically an Instagram boyfriend, which, okay. I guess that suits both of them.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they both do, right? That was like the whole hubbub.
I think he used to have a day job as a roofer, but I don't know if he's still doing that. He travels a lot, so I can't imagine he's very committed to that anymore. Yeah. It's like a one city kind of job and like long projects, you know? So I don't know. What is your take on the Pretty Woman date, which Susie got, where she gets all these clothes for Clayton and also tries them on?
I personally would love the date. It's definitely my kind of date. I've never been on a date like that before in my life.
I don't think most people have because it's not normal.
No. Also, the only reason why I think it's a little weird or odd. Well, one, I don't need gowns. So
no, me neither.
Let's go to a more practical place where I could get some stuff that I can wear day to day.
Where, like, what kind of stuff would you want on that? Like, she was like trying on like the Hervé Leger, like bandage dress or whatever. Like, what kind of like luxe items would you hope to get on that date?
My ideal, there's two routes you can go. You can take me to Flight Club and let me pick any sneaker that I want, and I would be a happy camper.
Okay.
Or you could take me to like a jewelry store where I can just pick out whatever I want.
Jewelry would be good. Yeah. They should do that. I would rather, that's a great point. They should put all of the money they're spending on these stupid clothes and just put it into like diamonds or emeralds or
like, let me get a bracelet or a necklace.
That's a great call, Callie. I didn't think about that. Because when I saw that stupid red dress, I was just like, who needs this? Like, is she ever going to, I guess she probably did return that. She probably didn't get to keep it. Also, I was wondering how they were able to like fit it to her, but someone DMing, this was a good point, that since it was a corset dress, it's probably a lot easier to fit.
Yeah.
You can adjust it than if it was like something else.
I was looking for clips in the back when she first came out, because when you try on wedding dresses, they do that. I personally did not need any clips because I was bigger than the model size, but people around me had clips on the dresses. So I thought that was going to be the case, but there wasn't any clips.
I saw that. I've seen that on TV. Say yes to the dress. Great stuff.
Exactly. I saw on, I think it was Twitter, where someone said that Susie was like, I'm not really like a ball gown girl. And she was literally in pageants.
Oh my God. That's funny. That's really funny. Also, Roger and I were talking about, when the show's been to Virginia Beach before, which is where Susie's from, and the people before her are Lauren B, who's now married to Lauren Burnham, and
who changed her hair
Victoria
color.
F. What'd you say?
I said who changed her hair color.
Yeah, and she looks like a completely different person.
Like unnoticeable.
I like it. I think she looks great.
I think she looks amazing, but it's crazy how different she looks.
Yeah. It's like I never would have recognized her at all. So,
I don't know which one I like. I don't know which one I like more. I think I like the dark more, but anyways.
I think I like the blonde. It kind of reminds me, remember when Christina Aguilera went dark and she like dyed her hair for the dirty phase? It reminds me of that. I like the blonde more, but I could get behind the dark hair too.
Okay. The only difference is
one looks good, one looks bad.
Yeah. Her dark is very normal. Like she can walk around and no one's going to be like, oh, wow, what a crazy hairstyle.
It's true. That's a good point.
But yeah, I do think she looks like a different person. And I always wonder, like, does that make her act different?
I don't know. We'll have to, maybe we could interview her and ask if she feels like a different person. I've never dyed my hair. Like I've always just been exactly as you see. So like, I don't even know what that's like. I often think about like when I start going more gray, like will I dye my hair and like will that change things for me? Like who will I be when I do think higher hair maintenance?
I had really, really dark hair. I've never dyed like my whole head, but I have really blonde hair now.
It's hard to pull off. I think you do it well.
Thank you. I just really hate getting my hair done. That's the only thing.
Well, you got to go ombre for that, let it grow in.
Yeah, I've done that a lot. Little balayage action.
That's my dream for myself, maybe, as I get older.
What, ombre?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you could just go and do that. It's a dream that can be accomplished really easily.
It's too much work.
It is a lot of work, and it takes a lot of time, especially if you have a lot of hair.
Yeah, I've never done it, so I'm not starting until I have to. Anyway, Susie.
Back to Susie. The one thing that I don't like, well, other than the other things that I just named, is that she's like, this has never happened for me, and Clayton is doing this for me, and oh my gosh, and da 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 da. And I'm just like, Clayton isn't doing this for you. ABC is doing this for you.
I know. I don't know why they pretend on that one. It's obvious that he could never, like, just like, how could he plan that? It's not like he even knows Vienna. It's not like he even knows where to go shopping. Clearly doesn't know, but the fashion, like the fancy fashion designer. It's so outrageous to even pretend. I don't know why it's necessary.
I also wonder, like, is that uncomfortable for Clayton?
He seemed like he was loving it.
Oh, he was into it. Every dress, he was like, oh my goodness. Wow. Whoa.
He seems like a very horny man. At least he did this week.
Yeah.
So.
Some of his reactions, I was like, okay.
I know. Although I'm so scarred by Shane asking Shayna about the
what are you
crop tops
wearing?
on
What are you wearing today?
He's like, oh, I love that. It's so gross. It completely disgusts me that nothing will be worse than that. So Clayton's completely fine. P.S. If you're interested in Love is Blind, check out the Ringer reality TV podcast. We've been recapping it. Today we got the finale up. It's me, Amelia Wedemeyer, Kevin O'Connor, and Bill Simmons. It's an incredible melange of personalities talking about Love is Blind.
I need to watch the finale, but so far, it's a great season. I prefer... You know what? I can't even say. I was going to say I prefer season 2 to season 1.
Oh, definitely. No question.
Yeah, but don't you want people to work?
We talked about this on the pod. I do not care if they work. What'd you say?
There's still 2 couples that are together from season 1. That's crazy.
I know. They've been married for 3 years because that show, there was such a delay in airing it. It's
Congratulations.
Wild.
That's longer than most people.
I know, but I don't care if people make it. Like, I really don't. So,
I mean, I
also,
just think
you haven't seen the finale. You don't know what happens.
I mean, if anyone makes it, that's crazy.
Spoiler alert. There are some marriages. I won't say how many. Anyway, watch the show and then check out the Ringer reality TV podcast. I don't think Clayton was uncomfortable. I think Clayton loves this. I think once he got rid of Sarah, although I guess Susie was before, but he just seems like he's thriving. He can't wait for hometowns. I mean, and he has like a pretty good quartet. I was shocked Serene is going to hometowns. Shocked and delighted, but I did not see that coming.
I thought Teddy was in hometowns. I think we both did.
Too.
I thought we talked about it and we
were like, yeah, foregone conclusion. Yes,
and
the
by
whole
the way,
season, I thought.
Not only is she going, but she is creeping up there.
Definitely. He's really into her. 2 one-on-ones. That's a big deal.
Yeah. She's the only one there or I guess Susie had her second one now.
No. What was Susie's first one? I don't remember it. Because she did the, she met Clayton like at night in Croatia. But I think that's because she hadn't gotten a one-on-one.
She did in the beginning, did she not?
This episode is brought to you by Visible. Maybe you've already let your New Year's resolution slip. We all have, but you can still make a 2 year's resolution with Visible. Right now, you can get a one-line wireless plan from Visible for just $20 per month for 24 months. 24 months is basically 4 Bachelor seasons. That could be 4 engagements, 4 broken engagements. So many other couples we didn't see coming. It's really an eternity in Bachelor Nation. And that's unlimited 5G data powered by Verizon with no annual contracts. Switch now at Visible.com and use the code VISIBLE24. Don't miss out. Offer ends January 31st. New members only. Promotional rate with service on the Visible plan. For additional terms and network management practices, see Visible.com. This episode is brought to you by eBay Authenticity Guarantee. eBay knows that when it comes to jewelry, authenticity is the real gem. When you see the blue check mark that says Authenticity Guarantee, it means your next piece will be carefully inspired by jewelry experts and will always be worth its weight in gold. Whether you're looking to make a statement or build the perfect everyday look, eBay is making sure you get the real deal. With eBay Authenticity Guarantee, you can trust that jaw-dropping piece will always arrive jaw-droppingly real. Ensure your next purchase is the real deal. Visit eBay.com for terms.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. You might say all kinds of stuff when things go wrong, but these are the words you really need to remember. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. They've got options to fit your unique insurance needs, meaning you can talk to your agent to choose the coverage you need. Have coverage options to protect the things you value most. File a claim right on the State Farm mobile app and even reach a real person when you need to talk to someone. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Well, you can tell he's really into her.
Big time.
Also, the Fireflies thing.
That was really sweet. I was so happy for Serene. That's just like a really nice thing to do.
That's super, super thoughtful.
I know. And he was like really listening, even if he didn't come up with that, the fact that like he wanted to make it happen.
That's the only thing. Like, who knows? That sucks that you don't know if it was him or someone else.
But you can tell like how engaged they are, basically.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I was okay with it. And I just felt like it was a really sweet thing to do. Also, like, production must love Serene if they did that. Like, I bet she's just like beloved.
She seems like an easy person to like.
By the way, you're right. Susie got the very first one-on-one. Of
Yeah.
the season.
Okay. I was going to say, I thought she for sure had one.
It was like an awkward one-on-one, though. They went on the helicopter ride and then they were like on the yacht. It just didn't really seem that fun. So I mean, he likes her more now. Back in.
Now that we're here,
mm-hmm.
I feel like my mind has changed a little bit on where we are.
What?
I feel like Rachel was the clear favorite.
Yeah.
It's not so clear to me anymore.
I know. Susie's coming on really strong, and Serene. I mean, I'm sure Gabby's going home. She's like the afterthought of this.
Yeah, but
you know,
Gabby and Teddy were the last rose, and once it got to once those two got their roses, or three people got their roses, I was like, oh, Gabby's going home already. And I was like, but I thought in the preview, like I kept thinking like, how is she going home? But in the preview, like there's that huge blow up and Gabby's walking around in it. Or Serene. I couldn't tell if it's Gabby or Serene. And then he chose Gabby. And I was like, wow, Teddy's going home.
I know. He was obviously freaked out by her virginity.
Yeah.
And I think that's
that's fine.
The deal. It is fine. If you're not comfortable, don't string her along.
No, yeah. Also, I do think that like she started so strong and then production definitely phased her out quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even their second date, I was like, I don't feel it.
I wonder if that's another like production really liked her and wanted her to go further. And so they gave her like a good edit up front. And also it seems like the other women liked her. Like they seemed like pretty tight with her. So probably was like a combination of factors.
Does it seem like the women like all the women that are left, there's no beef there?
No, I think they like each other. Plus Serene and Rachel and Gabby, particularly Rachel and Gabby, like ganged up on Sarah to get rid of her, saying like she and Teddy. I actually don't think Serene was part of that because she wasn't on that group date, but Gabby, Teddy, and Rachel, like as a united front, like complained about Sarah to Clayton. So they really like each other more than her.
I like the cut, like the editing cuts of each woman talking about her.
Gabby is obviously the most fun of this crew. Like,
yeah.
She'll thrive. She'll be fine. I highly doubt she wins. I mean, I feel like she'll be.
I don't see her winning, and I see her doing very well on BIP.
Absolutely.
I think that Teddy will do very well BIP as well.
Yeah, I agree. She's great. She's got the best hair too.
Her hair
is with Teddy's hair.
Her hair is amazing.
So, of the final three, between Rachel, Susie, and Serene, what do you think the order is? So first of all, who do you think is the one that left that he said he was in love with?
Serene.
Okay. So do you think she self-eliminates, or do you think that he gets rid of her? I guess it's obvious she self-eliminates.
Yeah, I think she self-eliminates. And then I think it's Rachel and Susie.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel's from Texas, right?
Yes, I believe. No, Rachel's from Central Florida. She's from near you.
Really? I wonder what school she went to.
I looked it up on Monday. I'm going to look it up again right now. But I believe she's from like not too far outside of Orlando.
I wonder if she's like me far out. Like I'm outside of Orlando.
She's from Claremont, Florida. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I have. I would not have guessed that for her.
Okay.
I feel like her lifestyle would match Clayton's more, but I think Susie wins now.
I think so too. I think getting the Pretty Woman date so close to the end is a pretty good sign. Also, Bachelor Data, do you know that account? They like track different things on what happens on The Bachelor with like an analytics focus.
Yeah.
Bachelor Data did a post on how far the person who gets the Pretty Woman date goes, and so on Chris Soule's season, Jade got it much earlier on. She like went to pretty far on the show. think she was final 4. Becca Tilley got it from Ben Higgins, and I was about to say Ben Simmons, and she went to week 7. Becca Kufrin got it from Ari. She won initially. Kaylin got it from Colton, and she was final 4. And Rachel Kirkconnell got it with Matt James, and she won. So pretty telling. Usually the date's like much earlier in the season, so the fact that she got it so late, I think, is a pretty good.
Yeah,
mark.
I think she wins.
Yeah, I think she must, or it's down to her, Rachel, for sure. We know that Rachel makes it past hometowns, and I think Fantasy Suites because she's the one sobbing on the stairs.
Yeah. So I think Susie and Clayton are a good couple. I could see it.
I could see it working out. I really thought it was gonna be Rachel, so I can't wait to find out what happens.
Yeah. So now, next Bachelorette, we didn't even consider Rachel because we thought she won.
I mean, if she doesn't win, she'd be a great Bachelorette. Who doesn't love Rachel?
A lot of whispering.
Also, I forgot about that.
It'd be a whisper-filled
That would be horrible.
filled season.
But what a huge win for the Bachelor franchise. If Rachel is the Bachelorette, like they can bring back that woman from her intro to night 1 for the Bachelorette. Like she could
the random woman that no one knows where she came from or what her purpose was.
We have no idea who she is whatsoever. I mean, it would be hilarious. I'd love it. And what a great lead into Old Bachelor. They better do that here in 2022. I'd love it.
I think that I will say Clayton has a ton of candidates for Bachelorette.
Yeah, he does. I mean, I would be cool with Gabby. Fun.
Gabby would be the best one. Gabby would be a great time for everyone.
So funny. I have a question for you. Since we're all so into Love is Blind, we started talking about this in the Ringer Reality TV pod. Don't you think that the Love is Blind people should be on Bachelor in Paradise? Like, how do we get them involved? And like, who would be your first draft pick from Love is Blind to be on Paradise?
Oh, who would be my first?
Like, would you go Shayna for the drama? Would you go?
Oh my gosh, no, I would not go Shayna.
I'm kind of interested in Kyle for Paradise because he sort of seems like he's down for literally whatever. He's like, I could try to make this work, though we don't agree on literally anything.
Yeah. I'm like, what do you feel is good? Like, I didn't even understand, like, what do you like? What's the basis of you wanting to try this? Other than he thought she was really hot. Yeah. Like, once he saw her, I felt like he was like, oh, okay, we're going to make this work. My number 1 draft pick from this season, I feel like you're going to hate this, but like, as crazy and I don't even know the word to describe him. Like, I felt like I did this a lot. Like, like watching the show, but I would draft Shane.
I just think that Shane's too big of a personality for Paradise. Shane's a huge personality. The fact that he and I think it's one of the reasons him and Natalie could even consider each other is like they're like a yin and yang situation. They're like
she's very
so opposite.
The only thing with Natalie is like, I don't know if she knows that she's a catch.
No, she doesn't. That's why she's on the show.
Yeah, I guess that's
catch.
True.
But like she said, people pigeonhole her thinking that she's like one way and that dating has sucked. So that's why she went on this show. It's so depressing. All the women are so much more eligible and normal than all the men. And it's like a real treatise on dating in America.
Between Natalie and Mallory, I'm like, why are you guys here?
I know. It's so upsetting.
I don't get it.
It's horrible.
Also, Jarrett, pretty normal too.
Yeah, I think that Jarrett was so deeply impacted by
his stabbing.
Anyone in the hospital with him when he was stabbed.
I mean,
he just like doesn't want to go through that again alone.
Fair, very fair.
Yeah, I get.
Yeah,
I get.
I would draft Jarrett. By the way, he'd be a great addition.
I agree. I think he would be like the most natural fit for Paradise, but maybe not the most drama.
I think. I feel like I'm going to say her name wrong, but Gia Bella, is that how you say it? From season 1?
Oh, yeah. I forgot her. Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
She's allegedly dating Blake Horstman, by the way.
I saw that. I've seen like pictures of them, but I feel like she would seamlessly slide in there.
Yeah, she would be good too. But I do think that they should consider opening up Paradise to like other reality stars.
So you know how
the Challenge?
Yeah, I was going to say like the Challenge has, and you know that the Challenge now is doing a CBS version?
I sure do. The Challenge is like going mainstream. It's going network TV and it's going international. It's nuts. It's like only CBS people competing on the Challenge. I'm dying to know if TJ hosts it? Like, who is the host?
Oh, I didn't even think. It has to be TJ. It has to be TJ. It's probably a bigger check for TJ.
I think the MTV people are pissed that it's no MTV people on it. It's literally only Survivor, Big Brother, and Amazing Race. So, and then like whoever wins that's like going on to an international competition of other shows.
By the way, I watch all 3 of those shows. I watch Amazing Race. I'm an episode behind right now. But
it's on right now? I had no idea.
It's on right now. Survivor starts, I think,
March 9th.
Is it next week or the week after?
Week after.
Week after,
so
yeah.
Excited.
Yeah, actually I was at dinner last night and someone was like, March 4th or 5th, Batman comes out. I'm so excited. And I'm really excited about it too. Like I was like, yeah, I'm excited too. But there's something like huge coming out in March. And they were like, what? And I was like, I can't remember. Like, is there an album dropping? And then I like searched on my phone and I was like, oh, yeah, Survivor starts. They were
Did
like,
you have it in your calendar?
That is what you're so excited about? I was like, I love Survivor.
I do too. I'm really excited. Also, this Bachelor season has just gone by really quickly. Like, I kind of can't believe we only have 3 weeks left, which we do. The finale's on March 15th. It's a live finale, I believe. So it's just flown by. Time flies when you're hanging out with Clayton. That's the moral of the story.
Is it is like the men tell all with like regular audience? Like, is everything back to normal?
I think so. I think that they're doing a yes, by the way, Callie did just yawn. I think that they're doing a 2-night, like usually it, there's like 4 things left. There's hometowns, fantasy suites, men tell all, and the finale. So I bet or women tell all. So I bet the tell all will be the same week as one of those, but on a Tuesday or something like that. I have to look at the schedule. But I know the finale's on March 15th.
Dipping.
So
just to note, I did yawn, but not because I'm not excited about this conversation. But because I went out for drinks, which never happens last night, and then had to wake up and feed my child. Don't worry, I didn't drink too much. So,
did you have wine?
No.
No. Wine just puts me to bed now.
I had tequila, and I was with one of Juliet and I's mutual friends. Actually, the person that introduced us.
That's so lovely. How beautiful.
But that is why I'm a little tired.
Great stuff. So who's your final pick for winner? Susie?
100% Susie. I am not changing. I'm stamping Susie today.
I'm with you. And Gabby, Rachel, or Serene for Bachelorette, we can't go wrong. All 3 would be great. I think Serene would be the most boring because she seems the most normal and nice.
Yeah. Gabby for sure needs to have some sort of show.
I know. Just at home with Gabby.
If it's not The Bachelorette, she needs to be a star on Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah, absolutely. Agreed.
I would also probably just follow her around. Like, I'd like a just Gabby reality TV show. I'd need to understand her life.
That'd be fantastic. I just want to know more about her. I'm looking forward to her hometown. Like, I think I'm most anticipating that to see what her family is like. I'm most anticipating the fantasy suites because clearly some shit happens. I know. We're almost there. They've been teasing it for so long.
I also can't imagine you know how you said earlier, which I think now is a really good point. I don't know if Clayton knows how to like smooth things over. Like he just like says whatever it is. Cause like is there ever a reason to tell that you were intimate with 2 people? Why does anyone need to know that? I don't know. It's sort of like implied by being on the show and in fantasy suites, or like discuss it afterwards. Like, but make also your choice. Like you're fully telling other people's business. Like, did they want that on national television? True. That's a great point. Like he doesn't have their permission necessarily to say that. No, I didn't even think about that. Great point. As we've narrowed it down more, now I'm like, there's no fucking way Susie and Rachel want you saying that you slept with them. No way, especially for whoever. I mean, for both. It's just bad for both of them. So, Clayton, keep your mouth shut. Yeah, I think it's just a weird thing to say. This is the most anticipated turn of events on The Bachelor since Colton's fence jump. So, I hope it lives up to the hype. That did. And I was impressed by his athleticism at the time, which I continue to remember. So, I hope this is as good. Sources say it will be. I have to say that Serena C, I don't know why I said her name like that. Serena C was my flight attendant on Tuesday, which... Did you talk to her? No, I almost wanted to ask for a picture, and like I'm not someone who like I really don't care. Maybe because I don't know. I just don't. I feel like the people that I get like about are the most random people, and seeing someone on The Bachelor in person, like interacting with me, was crazy to me.
I mean, I'm really happy for you. You should have 100% taken a picture. I think she would have been really like happy that you asked. And she went on The Bachelor after all. So
very
next
pretty.
time, ask her.
And also great at her job. She refilled my ginger ale a couple of times.
That's great. What was the, don't say the flight route. I don't want you to have to reveal that. But anyway, I hope she's getting some good assignments, good layovers, and warm places.
I really don't care about saying where I was because I'm not there anymore. But it was from the Dominican. So I feel like.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Warm weather.
And
Lovely.
I know she's a New York flight attendant. And we were not going to New York.
Based.
We were going to Miami. So.
Well, maybe
also another good layover, right?
Yeah. It's a great one.
Yeah.
Happy for her. Congrats to Serena. Thank you all for listening. Thank you to Erika Cervantes for producing this episode. Thank you to Callie for squeezing us in our vacation week. The two of us will be back on Monday night. And again, check out the Ringer Reality TV podcast for more Love is Blind.
Adios.